What if you could read the private letters from the world's first billionaire? The man who built Standard Oil, he shaped modern capitalism, and he left behind a blueprint for wealth, leadership, and emotional control. Guess what? You actually can. It's all in a book called 38 Letters from John D. Rockefeller to his son. And here's what's fascinating. These letters aren't about money. They're about mindset. They're about discipline. They're about focus. And they're about emotional mastery. The same principles that build empires and peace of mind. So in this video, I'm going to break down 5 powerful lessons from this book that every entrepreneur needs to hear. So before we dive in, do me a quick favor, subscribe to the channel down below. It really helps me and helps me grow the channel, and I really appreciate your support. And also, if you're doing over $250,000 in sales a year and you want to master your emotions, lead with clarity, all these lessons we talked about from this book so far that I'm going to talk about in this book, mastering your emotions, discipline, click the link down below to learn more about the Mood Method Mastermind. It's where we teach high-performing founders and entrepreneurs to rewire their nervous system for confidence, leadership, peak performance, all that good stuff. So let's get into the book. Lesson number 1 is master yourself before you master business. One of the first things Rockefeller told his son was this: control yourself before you control others. That's not just good advice, that's the foundation of leadership. If you can't control yourself, lead yourself, you can't control, and you can never control others, but if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead other people. So Rockefeller understood that emotions run companies. Emotions literally run companies, right? People are running the companies. If you know how to connect with humans at an emotional level, you can lead them and influence them. But when you're reactive, when you're impulsive, when you're stressed, your decisions are clouded. And you let your emotions take control of you. And people can take control of you. But when you're calm and you're focused and you're emotionally stable, you see clearly. Rockefeller knew that wealth doesn't make you powerful. Emotional mastery does. And again, that's the same principle behind the Mood Method Mastermind that we teach our entrepreneurs to stay centered and composed under pressure so they make better decisions and lead with certainty. Lesson number 2, discipline is freedom. Discipline is freedom. Rockefeller lived by discipline. He tracked every dollar, planned every day, and followed his own rules. Not to limit himself, but to free his mind. I love this quote. It says, "Creativity loves constraints." You know who said that? Pablo Picasso, an artist, a person that has no discipline, right? Usually artists like to be these freewheelers and dealers, but it's not true. It's 2 sides of the same coin. If you want more flexibility and freedom, you gotta have discipline, and vice versa. So Rockefeller once said, "A man who cannot discipline his spending will never control his destiny." And that applies to more than just money. It's your energy, your focus, and your time. Spending of your energy, your focus, and your time. Structure creates space. It removes chaos and decision fatigue. It's the same way routines and systems unlock flow for high performers today. Neuroscience backs this up too. When your environment and your habits are structured, your prefrontal cortex can focus on creativity and problem solving, not survival. You get a huge ROI from this. Now, lesson number 3, reputation is your real currency. Rockefeller told his son John, "The man who does not care for his reputation will soon find that no one else does either." As I get older, I realize, damn, my reputation is important, and how great my reputation is, and I'm so grateful for it, and also how easy it is to ruin it. I've done some silly things that tarnish, not really that bad, but like getting into scuffles with people, like arguments that are stupid arguments, and then those people will come after you, file lawsuits, and that will mess you up, right? So your reputation is your ultimate compound interest. And Rockefeller warned against gossip, dishonesty, and taking shortcuts. This is why, again, you don't want to get into these little scuffles with people and arguments with people, especially the wrong people, because they have nothing to lose and they'll come at you and that'll take you down. So Rockefeller knew that trust compounds faster than capital as well. And consistency builds influence. Not many people are consistent today, unfortunately. So in today's world, we call it a personal brand, but the principle is timeless. Character compounds. And that's why the most successful people, they focus on integrity and service, not just attention. Lesson number 4, focus on service, not status. Rockefeller believed business was a form of service, a way to organize human potential to solve problems and create value. That's the purpose of a business, to put systems together to solve problems and create value for people. So Rockefeller told his son John, he said, the man who devotes himself to serving others seldom finds himself poor in friends or fortune. That's one of my favorite lines because it flips the modern narrative. Instead of chasing money, focus on impact, guys. Like Einstein says, don't try to become a man of success, become a man of value. Because when you focus on value, money follows you naturally. When you chase validation, you end up empty. Now, Rockefeller's fortune came from contribution, not competition, which most people think. Now, lesson number 5, live below your means, which is tricky. Most people, as they make more money, they spend more money. Their lifestyle increases with their money, so that's why people don't get rich and they don't get out of the rat race. So even when Rockefeller became the richest man on earth, he lived simply. He believed extravagance weakens discipline and gratitude strengthens it. Gratitude is the ultimate richness. He told his son John, save when you can, not when you have to. That's not just financial wisdom, it's emotional intelligence. Because again, this isn't just about money. It's about your energy, right? Your time. It's the mindset of stewardship, knowing that success is something to manage, not to flaunt. True freedom comes from self-control, not consumption. And that level of discipline and calm is exactly what most entrepreneurs are missing today. So here's the question. If Rockefeller could write you a letter today, what would he say? Would he tell you to slow down and think clearly before reacting? Would he tell you to guard your reputation and your character? Would he tell you to simplify your life and focus on service over ego? Or would he tell you to lead from a place of peace instead of pressure? Because what these letters really are, they're a timeless guide to self-mastery. So we're all on this journey of self-mastery, myself included. And we all are developing in different levels in different ways. So where are you at right now and what do you need to go to the next level in your self-mastery? Now, if you're an entrepreneur doing over $250,000 a year and you want to develop that kind of unshakable power, that emotional control, that calm leadership, that emotional mastery, book a time down below with the calendar link to learn more about the Mood Method Mastermind. Inside, I'm going to help you build emotional foundation that every great leader from Rockefeller to Elon Musk relies on to think clearly and lead powerfully. It's all about leadership and influence. And to do that, you have to manage your emotions because that's how people operate. If you can't influence yourself, you can't influence other people. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below. I appreciate the support. Share this with a friend who needs to see it. Drop a comment down below. I'd love to see it on which Rockefeller lesson resonated most with you. Pick up the book too. Get it from Amazon. Great investment. Read every day. You got mentors that you, right here, great mentor to have. They don't have to be alive. So I'll see you in the next video.